What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, I've actually got a little treasure here that I found. I was browsing through like dozens and dozens and dozens of demos released over the last month or so on Steam, and I stumbled across this guy, which is a pretty mean little roguelike. So this game is called To Kill a God, and it's a vertical slice demo, which effectively means that this is like a proof of concept, basically. They are proving that this concept works so that you can play around with it and fiddle with it. This is not meant to be the intended final vision for the game. It's just meant to show the core gameplay loop for publishers and things like that to attract any kind of investment to the game in order to get it off the ground. And To Kill a God is a game that imagines, what if Path of Exile's skill tree was actually a game? So what if we took FTL-type navigation, but we put it on a massive sphere grid or on a massive Path of Exile grid, where every single node that you go to does something that makes your character stronger, and along the way, we also, in order to exacerbate that action RPG vibe, we make loot drop, we make all kinds of crafting and things of that nature along the way, and honestly, I've done 2 runs now, and I think this game is headed for big things. I think this is a very smart, elegant, and efficient game that's going to tap into kind of that action RPG addiction that a lot of people have. So let's dive in for about 30 minutes. We're going to take a look at the game and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, this is a public demo. Anybody can play around with this. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live. But let's go ahead and get after it. So in To Kill a God, as I mentioned, you've got the massive skill tree of Path of Exile, and you're using that as level navigation. So every single skill on that grid that you can see right here is boosting your character, making you stronger, and giving you opportunities to combine your abilities and create the most OP character as possible. You're trying to get as many nodes done as you can before the boss arrives. I've fought the boss twice now. He is very difficult. You're going to have a crazy broken build in order to get him knocked on out. Either that or I'm just terrible at the game. But we just took the explosive shot perk. As of right now in the current build of the game, we can only play as the archer character. However, there are other characters that are unenabled right now. Like, you can't play them, but you can see their icons and whatnot. And it looks like there's a warrior, it looks like there's a wizard, and it looks like there's kind of like an assassin rogue type character, which fits the bill for these sorts of games. Having taken the explosive shot perk right here, I'm kind of looking around the grid and trying to decide what I want to do next. Different nodes do different things, so there's everything from nodes here that have vendors where you can spend money with them to buy more equipment and rapidly advance your character. There's areas where you can combine your skills together and you can add gems and you can add runes and things to them to make them function in more efficient and better ways, decreasing their mana cost, making it so that they hit harder, making it so they bounce, so they have multiple projectiles, things of that nature. But all of these blank nodes right here are just going to give us equipment, and they're also going to buff our enemies going forward. Every single time you complete one of these nodes, you get a level up. The level up is going to give you 5 skill points. The game has a full character sheet right here that allows you to see all of the fun things that you're going to want to see if you're a fan of something like Diablo 2 or anything else like Grim Dawn, which I am. For right now, we're going to go ahead and dump all 5 points into dexterity because that gives me 5% more attack speed, and it's going to add more evasion to my character as well, and we are playing the evasion game. If you don't know what evasion is in games like this, it's a defensive passive that basically makes you mitigate all damage. Whenever you're hit by a projectile or an attack, there will just be a pop-up that says dodged, which means it's it's the best form of mitigation in my opinion. So let's go to this passive node right here. The beginning of the game is going to be very, very slow. Our projectiles are going to be slow. Our characters are going to be slow. The enemies are going to be slow. But that's just because they're getting us into the thick of it. By the time you get to the end of probably a 30 to 45 minute run in this game, your character is going to be absurdly overpowered, teleporting all over the map, firing 100 projectiles per second. It gets pretty fun. Now, we could get a better bow right here. That'll make our projectiles faster, and it has a chance to poison enemies if we're dealing poison damage. But I didn't really take poison. Over here, it looks like we can convert some of our damage into poison using the Hunter's body armor. We've got a Crag-forged helmet. That's going to give us poison resistance and a chance to avoid being poisoned. I'm just going to take that bow because I'd like my attack damage to be higher as soon as possible. And so I'd like to get that mashed out soon. Then we also get a passive down here. So I can increase my lightning damage, I can increase my strength, I can increase my dexterity. You can also re-roll these things if you don't see anything that you like. I'm going to take the 5% evasion right there because that's just a 5% flat chance to not take damage, which is one of those things that you really want to take. So that needs 30 dex in order for me to use it. We've got ourselves a new bow, which has almost doubled our DPS, so that'll be nice. I'm going to add a few points to intelligence so that we have a little bit more mana in our mana pool, and that'll also give us an energy shield that regenerates and makes it so that they've got to get through our energy shield before they can harm us. That's a skill crafter right there. I don't really have anything for the skill crafter right now, unless we pick it up from one of these two nodes. So let's hit both of these. So we'll hit that one, then we'll hit that one, then we'll hit that one, and we'll kind of see what it does for us here. But the extra damage should be very, very helpful. Yeah, we're actually tapping enemies pretty good right now. If you saw the blue thing on the ground that I just picked up, that's a shard. There's a shard that is applied to each of the attributes in the game: strength, dexterity, intelligence. You can use those to craft new abilities. You can use those to craft new gems. You can use those to go to town, and you can just spend them like currency in order to buy new boots and new helmets and stuff like that. I want the added projectile support. That's exactly what we were looking for right there. And then down here, we've got more strength, more intelligence, or more lightning damage. Let's re-roll it. I'm going to go with the 5% attack speed so that we shoot faster. We're going to take this node right here, and we are going to hold on to that for later. Let's throw 5 points at intelligence so I can spam my explosive shot a little bit faster. And then we'll take this guy right here. I would like for these archers to die first, but they do like to juke you, and my projectiles are so slow right now that it's going to be very difficult to land those hits. Strength shard on the field, we're going to want to go ahead and grab that. If you don't pick it up, you lose it. They do not get sucked to your character or anything else like that as you get towards the end of the round. I missed my shot there, just a pivotal moment. Impacts feel very nice in this game. All of the sound effects and everything are well appointed. Trying to get him stunned. There we go. He dropped his shard, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to capitalize on it. Increased ranged attack speed. Plus 35% attack speed. Yeah, I want that. I need the accuracy because we're missing a lot, so I'm going to take the 6% accuracy buff. And then from there, we're going to go to... Oh, that's a skill crafter, not a skill enhancer. I need a skill enhancer. I need this guy right here. That's going to be the one that we want. Although technically this right here is going to give us a utility node if we go that way. The nodes that are marked with a shield, a sword, or a hand, they tend to give you a really good offensive, defensive, or utility passive that can be sort of like build making. And so we kind of want to hit as many of those along the way as we can. So I'll get the utility node right there. But that's a dead end. I don't know what happens if we hit a dead end. I suppose the other option is that we can just loop around this way and go to that one right there. And then that'll give us some chances to get some shards together so that maybe we can grab that guy. Or we can go back to the hub, that's the other option, and spend our shards there. I do want that offensive node, though. Maybe we'll go down this way, and we might not be able to use the skill enhancer for a little bit, but it'll be worth it, I think. Let's just go for that skill enhancer right there, and then we'll get the offensive node right there. Maybe we'll try to pick up a second offensive node. I don't know. I think this is the best path, even though it kind of delays the amount of time until we can craft our skills together. I'm conflicted right now. I'm very, very conflicted. I'll tell you what I really need: projectile speed. Stay out of the way of some of these attacks for right now. I could actually use some movement speed, too. There we go. Got that archer banged out right there. Let's grab that because we're going to need it a little bit later, and down they go. The UI so far, very slick, very streamlined. I like it a lot. Hunter's body armor, so that's going to give us physical damage gained as poison. We get 5 armor. We get 6 evasion, okay, or 6% to our modifier, I guess. We get some pretty decent resistances right there, too. What do I have on right now? I have nothing on right now, so we need to get some equipment going. I'm just going to take the attack speed right there. That also adds to our evasion. We've got energy shield, 9% increased critical hit chance. We've got 5% increased poison damage, movement speed. Yeah, let's go with the movement speed for right now. I'm feeling very slow and sluggish, and I don't like being slow and sluggish. I've got level ups that I can apply real fast. I think as far as level ups go, let's just keep mashing out dexterity, because I think the next tier of bow takes like 60 dexterity for us to get into it. We got things flying around right now. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these archers. Maybe get rid of some of the mooks down here. A little bit low on mana. We also have flasks, so you've probably noticed the health potions over on the side of the screen. What the health potions do is exactly what they say on the tin. They give you health, they give you mana, just like in an action RPG. However, they are limited use. You can occasionally get like a utility node that will increase the amount of potions that you can carry with you, and that's going to give you a fundamental conflict, because anytime your character is offered a passive, you're going to be allowed to bypass that passive in order to refill your flasks and refill your HP, which obviously there's going to be tactical moments where you want to do that. We need projectile speed very badly. I would like more movement speed. I've got gloves, right? I think we need to focus on gearing out right now. I'll take the boots because that's just 7% movement speed, which I think is going to be pretty helpful. My explosions are made out of fire, so we're going to want 5% more fire damage right there. That'll be a good thing to have. We could pick up a piercing arrow right there, but I don't think that I'm gonna. I think I'm going to leave it alone. Let's go to the right as planned. Enemies are going to get a little bit of cold damage. There we go. My movement feels much better right now. I'm going to launch a couple of explosives that way. We've got guys throwing grenades onto the field. So far for a vertical slice demo, I do think the game has pretty decent enemy variety. There's recolors that do different things, but there's also completely different sprites that do their own thing. The alchemist that you're seeing on the field right now is creating icy void zones that freeze me if I step on top of them, and we're going to take some damage. The good news there is they've got a delay to them. And so what I like to do is I use these guys as just kind of like, they don't attack that often and they're not really that big of a threat unless they're escorted by like a huge horde of enemies. And so I usually like to leave them for last because they've got a lot of HP tank, and then I can run around and grab all my shards and stuff so that I'm not missing them. We also have a dash that's available to our character on our spacebar right there. That's on 33 strength. It's going to give us more health. It's going to give us maximum health modifier, and it's also going to give us resistances. Reroll that. I'm not a fan of anything that I'm seeing here. Apprentice's body armor is going to give us mana. It's going to give us health. It's going to give us a chance to avoid being poisoned. It's going to increase our health percentage-wise on top of that, and then it's going to give us energy shield. We've also got a helmet over here that kind of moves us in the same direction that we're trying to go with our other stuff, which is increased evasion. So I'll probably go with that. Let's get... Oof, the increased dexterity would be nice if we can start stacking up that modifier. Or we can just take the flat. Until this gets up to a +5 modifier, the 5% attack speed's better. And like, it's going to be a while before it gets there. So here's our utility node over here. I've got 10 points flying around. I don't really have anything that I'm trying to equip. Let's take strength up to 20 just so I don't have to worry about it later, because I think there is a strength requirement on future bows and future armors. And then I'll probably go with just more attack speed, I guess. That means we're attacking 10% faster now versus last round. Yeah, that'll help out. Let's get these guys grouped up and lumped up the best that we possibly can so that I can AoE them down with my explosive arrows. Good stuff. Let our mana regenerate for a minute and get rid of the archer so that he's no longer a principal threat. I like to get the ranged guys off the field. There's our shards right there. I'm going to let my mana pool up for a minute because your mana bar is preserved in between rounds, and I don't like going into rounds with lowered mana. I don't think anything bad happens, though, if you just, like, stall and sit around and just let the enemies path around, in all fairness. Like, I don't know if there's an event that forces you to finish the mobs, like some kind of cataclysmic type deal. Alright, area's cleared. Another level up. We've got on our I think we want that right there. I'm getting ahead of myself though. We've got reduced attack mana cost support. That would be nice. We've got a leather helmet right there. Let's re-roll these, and we got a legendary, the Ember Star. Your basic attack gets 2 more projectiles. No brainer. We're taking that, and then we're going to take projectile speed and area of effect because I'm having trouble aiming my projectiles because they're just too slow. Now that we have that taken care of, where'd the Ember Star go? Did I get my Ember Star? Where's my Ember Star? There it is. Okay, I thought it was a necklace for some reason. I was beginning to panic, dude. I was like, where's my item? That was a huge build-defining item. Where did it go? I want it. Where is it? I'd like to get a little bit more accuracy, too. We want to go for the offensive node right here, and then we also want to go after that combining node, because that's going to allow me to put runes on my attacks, which I think are going to be very... Oh, my God, so many more projectiles. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so now we're cooking with fire. If I can get like a penetration node that'll allow those to go through enemies as well, oh, we're gonna be cooking. Okay, so we've got shards laying around all over the place. Yeah, we're getting a lot of misses in here, which is just missed opportunity on DPS. So I'm gonna need to fix that before too long. I do like the blood and the gore on the enemies, but I do wish the bodies stayed on the ground and the battlefield was like littered with the gore of enemies. I don't know, I like stuff like that in video games. It makes the battlefield progressively feel more and more tarnished by the conflict that's taken. It lets me look at the havoc that I have displayed on my enemies. Cold support, we don't really need. That belt, I mean, it gives us a lot of mana regen, which makes it tempting. That's more attack damage right there. What do I have on my gloves right now? Attack speed. I'd prefer to keep the attack speed. Let's get the cloth belt. And then we've got movement speed down here, and we've got a dexterity mod. I'm going to take the increased movement speed so that I can be a little bit faster. The boss is halfway here, though, and I'm not feeling nearly prepared for the boss. So for that, I need 47 int. I got to dump some serious int to get that thing put in. We're going to need to put like 6 levels into int in order to make that work. I don't know if the mana regeneration is going to be worth it either. Oh, the Ember Star is a belt. I'd have to lose my projectiles. Wah, 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 wah. I thought it was a ring. It looked like a ring to me. All right, let's get our offensive node over here, and hopefully we get something like extra spicy from this node. The couple times that I've gone for offensive nodes, I've gotten some really cool stuff out of them. And so, oh my God. Okay, my evasion's not going in the right direction. Stay away from any pesky arrows. Stay away from getting blown up by hand grenades, too. Not a lot of shards or anything around that have dropped on this go, so I guess I don't really need to stall. Let's just pick that up. And this guy right here is going to take a second to kill. He dropped the shard. Of course he did, just so my FOMO kicks in super hard. There is an upgraded bow right here. It adds to our accuracy, would be nice, and it increases our DPS by almost double. I'm going to take it. We've got increased lightning, cold. We don't want any of that. 1% of damage dealt is leached as life. 15% or 15 life recovered. We've got more spell damage. We've got increased dexterity, evasion, and critical hit chance. A 10% dex mod is going to be pretty huge because that's just giving us free dex right now. Downside is we're losing some projectile speed. And none of the modifiers on that bow really go with our build, so unfortunately we're kind of missing out right there. Let me get a little bit more mana added on in. And then on to the next node. That guy shot at me before the screen was done loading. What a dick. I do like that when an arrow misses, though, it still travels through and can hit other things behind the intended target. It's kind of nice. I don't hate it. Wow, this new bow's hitting. Give me all my shards. I'm hoping we can make it to the hub to buy equipment for all the slots that I'm missing before the boss gets here. I'm getting worried. I need amulets and stuff. The Hunter's Amulet. We get an added projectile, 30% accuracy. Yes, that's going to fix a lot of problems for us. It's also giving us attack speed, mana, cold resistance. I'll take it. I'm going to reroll those, and I'm going to fix this accuracy problem right now. I don't want to miss anymore. That's been slotted in automatically, so we're looking good on that front. We've got a 10% bonus right there, which is just phenomenal. We need to grab this ability right here, even though I don't particularly want it. I mean, it says it does 108 DPS, so it might be useful. It also knocks back enemies, which might be a nice gap creator, actually. Okay, let's get it. We have no choice anyways, so we might as well get in here and make this thing happen. Woo! Okay, the build's cooking now. The build is cooking now. Get you out of the way. I don't know who's dead and who's alive left on this map. Another area cleared. These maps are going awful fast now, aren't they? We're getting into a position. So E is going to be my Brucka shotgun. We've got another offensive node over here, which is great. We haven't really taken any defensives, so I should probably take a defensive before too long. Let's get our skill enhancer. And I would like my explosive shot to be in here. Added projectile support would be pretty sick. But this is the downside. You've got to gamble to make this stuff happen. We've got an 80% chance. Okay, right now, chat, I need you to send me your energy. All of your gacha gaming energy right now, okay? We're playing a Korean MMO at the moment. We've got all of the shards we need to take our sword from a +5 to a +6. It says we've got an 80% chance to succeed. We haven't purchased any boosts. Here we go. No, dude. Oh, no. The whole point. That was the no, dude. I should have just gone for one. I got greedy. How did I fail an 80%, bro? Oh, no. Well, this run is torpedoed. There's no way without that support we're going to be ready for the boss at the end of this. So I think the boss is probably going to dookie down our neck hole pretty aggressively. But maybe we can fix this. It was all building towards that moment, and unfortunately, we failed. We choked. We gave him a lead-off home run. Oh no, dude, the pain and sadness right now. Give me all the shards in the world. Just give me all the shards. You got a shard? Give me that shard. I have to take my consolation booby prize over here because depression has filled my soul from the top to the bottom. I don't think I have an armor on right now, do I? I don't have an armor on. That guy's going to take 49 strength in order to get him slotted on in. But it is a weird breastplate that does give us... It does give us a lot of evasion, strangely enough, on that chest piece. And we're only sitting on 21% evasion right now. The other option is this guy right here gives us 11% attack speed, which is kind of spicy. There's 5% more fire damage right there, which goes with our explosive shot. Let's go for, I guess, another... Let's go for... Oh my god, I have so many projectiles. I am a god of death. But we got to get our offensive passive here. Downside is my projectiles are a little slower right now. Let's get down here. I mean, I'm in a weird situation right now where my default attack is way better than my special attack because we failed that craft. If we had succeeded that craft, we would have been able to fire 2 to 3 explosive arrows simultaneously with a 40% attack speed increase. It would have been absurd. Do I have any rings? I could use rings. This hunter's ring right here seems like the winner. It gives us 5% resist to everything. It gives us a chance to burn the enemy, and our explosive arrow does do fire damage. So yeah, I think that's the no-brainer. And then we can get 50% more fire damage right here, increased critical strike chance, and increased fire damage on spells. I think that sounds okay to me. We'll go ahead and take it. What's my attack speed up to right now? My attack speed is 100% increased at the moment. That also added another projectile. And I think it's universal, so I think it gave a projectile to my explosive shot too. I don't know where I want to go here. I can go to a skill crafter, and I can buy new skills that might help out. And we do have a lot of shards. Maybe I'll give it a go before this boss gets here. Oh, we got one of the big guys on the field, huh? Okay. Oh, I'm standing on a void zone. Oh my god, I just got beat the hell up. That counted, huh? Alright, I didn't expect that to count. I thought that arrow would just kind of like skeef by me. That big guy right there is a problem because I don't have the movement speed to deal with him. I need these shards for the vendors we're about to go to. And I need range on him. Oh my god, my explosive arrow, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, now we're playing the video game. Now we're playing the video game. We've got a poison damage increase ring. I think I still don't have a chest piece, but let's re-roll it. A cold amulet. Don't really care about that. Active skill releases more projectiles in a circle. Huh. Okay, I'll give that a try. I don't know if I want to re-roll this or just take the increase to physical damage. I guess I'll take the increase to physical damage. I don't have much a choice right there. Let's go to the skill crafter. So the skill crafter, you can play Minecraft over here. It gives you the recipes. You put them on in, and then maybe you get something that is helpful. Right now, we're playing around with fire, so I would suggest anything that gives us... Oh, I can increase... Oh, dude, I can get damage supports, too. I didn't see those down here. The downside is, what I would do if I was the developer to change this around is when you click, it puts in the whole stack. You can control-click to take off one, but why not just have it add one to this slot, and if you keep clicking, it adds more to that slot, I guess. I gotta hold down control to do it, though, I guess. So we'll break off one right there. We'll try to get the increased fire damage support, I guess, so that I can put that on my explosive shot. Hey, it worked. Alright, good stuff. I'm not going to go too wild and crazy with my shards just yet, because there's a chance we might make it to a hub before we get out of here. We're going to take this mission right here. Oh, maybe I should have made two. I didn't realize that there was two behind that. I would like you to die, sir. I feel very passionately about that. That was good. That was right there was dopamine release. That was really solid dopamine release. All right, let's get back. Big dog's down. Like, we're clearing maps really quickly, so I think we might be okay here. Oh, I need so much stats to get that bow, but it would be so good, but I'll lose a projectile. Okay, let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. We've got the helmet over here. It's 19% evasion. That's pretty balled out right there. That's pretty sick. I need a lot more dex, though, and I need to level up a couple more times. What's my critical hit chance? 6% doubled, so that would add not much. Not much we would see out of that. Let's go with the helmet, and we'll go with the fire damage. I have 20... I should have taken the bow. No, the bow would have ruined the projectile thing that I have going on. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Let's get 15% more attack speed. And let's get some more intelligence for mana so that I can spam a little bit harder. And then we need to level up twice before this guy gets here. Let's go here. And then we'll go to the skill crafter, I guess. Watch out for those wizards right there. They use a big old AoE that can actually be kind of a headache. Get him. Alright, how many? Oh, suicide bomber. Yeah, okay. I don't want to kill everything on the map, though. I want my shards. Oh, he got me. Unfortunate. I may have to bypass on my passive gain here in order to get my flask back before the boss arrives. It may become necessary. I don't want to, but I might have to. Okay, so what you got for me? A hunter's flask. There are 3 more projectiles during the flask duration of 6 seconds. Some nicer boots, too, but I'm missing a level to utilize it. I am missing a ring, but I can't get the strength in time, I don't think. That's a really good ring, though. And then I gotta rest on this one. I don't have a choice. Okay, so we've rested. Let's go to the skill enhancer. And don't screw me now, dude. Don't screw me now. Don't screw me now. Projectile? Do I? Oh my god, dude. I'm such a gambler in games like this. I can't help myself. Oh, I'm getting the butterflies right now. Do I try to get the fire support on there? Do I just go for it? No, bro. What is this luck? My dice are the worst today. Oh, I hate my life. Everything is the worst. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. It hurts. Oh, I was stuck on a rock. Just fire wildly in that direction, dude. I don't even know what we're trying to kill at this point. Just fire wildly in that direction. Stay out of the way of him. I need all my shards. Need my shards. Kill all the archers. Put a little bit of heat and suffering back towards that guy. Let him burn a little bit. Oh, there's an empty pit in my stomach right now where I imagine what could have been. And it stings. It stings and it brings me sadness. I need 2 dexterity and some strength to get up to the next tier. I'm going to lose a projectile, but I think I'm okay with it. I guess I'll take the physical damage, I suppose. Boss is going to be here on the next pull. How do I get that bow? So I need 5 strength and 2 dex. And now we've increased our DPS by even more. Okay, from there, give me just pure attack speed, baby. Just pure attack speed. Nowhere left to go. 1 room left. I mean, I still have a lot of projectiles. Like, I think the DPS increase makes up for the lost projectile. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. What can I get here? A mana ring? I'm gonna take the mana ring. We're missing a ring and I want the ring. Do I re-roll this or take the movement speed? The boss is pretty fast. I'm gonna take the movement speed. Let me go to my inventory before this guy gets here, make sure my ring's slotted in. And we accept the challenge of Riyadh. I need this guy to go. Just put something in his general direction. Oh, dude, he always gets me with that lightning attack, bro. Every time. I just gotta stay away from the lightning attack. If I could stay away from the lightning attack, we're okay. Like, the lining will be silver. Oh, he got me with that one, too. Okay. Get a gap. Shoot some missiles at him. Good evasion. The good news is he's got an easily recognizable pattern. There's like a timing to that dodge that I just can't seem to get down. Oh, dude. You gotta dodge back into it. I keep trying to go around it. That guy has smoked me we had good damage right there, but I like this. This is a really solid demo that has me very excited. This is a very, very cool changing of expectation around an already established gameplay element. And so I think this is good. I think this is gonna be a big hit, in all honesty. I think action RPG people are really gonna love this game. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was To Kill a God. I'm gonna go sit in the corner and cry over my bad luck because I'm pretty sure the 100% fire increase and the extra projectile and all the extra other stuff that we would have gotten on those 2 gambles that failed probably would have like smoked that guy in a couple of hits. Pain, suffering, depression.